Yo, what's good people? It's TooBizyGaming. We're live, we're direct, and we are in full effect. Now, in this video, I want to talk about some hunter arts back from Generations and Generations Ultimate, and just talk about a handful, 5 that I'd like to see come back and make a return in Sunbreak. Let's get into this. Now, briefly touching on the new switch skills shown during the weapon showcase for each weapon, I'm a big fan. I love diversifying the way how to play a specific weapon. Now, we've only ever had armor skills that change up the way we might use a specific weapon, like the greatsword, whether we want to go with a crit draw, punish draw build, or we want to go straight for the wetsploit and crit boost build. That has always been one way on diversifying the way how a weapon is played. Whereas now that we have all of these different switch skills that change the combo routes of said weapon, that is nice. It almost makes it out that there's 2 different greatswords, and because there's 2 completely different ways on how to play it now, you know, having certain skills to benefit one style is going to diversify the way how that weapon is played completely. Now, that goes for each weapon across the board, all 14 weapons. It's nice just to be able to add your own little flair, your own little seasoning to the weapon that you've really enjoyed playing, and now testing out a different combo, seeing if, you know, the traditional 1/2/ into true charge slash is your preferred way, or using the more swifter combo route of the greatsword. You know, that one tickles your fancy a little bit more. But without further ado, let's get into our first choice of hunter arts that I would like to see come back in Sunbreak. The first one being Lion's Maw. Now, Lion's Maw, this hunter art is absolutely crazy. You swing your greatsword around your body with bloodthirsty force and raise the attack of the following strike. This hellish art leaves hunters with a demonic look in their eyes and leaves the battlefield littered with corpses. Now, this hunter art was a personal favorite, not only because of the look it left your hunter with, you know, the glowing red eyes, the kind of like demonic aura that your character will have, but for the damage on the next strike. I was always a crit draw, punish draw, and agitator style player. When it came to the greatsword, I loved the greatsword in GU, especially with Valor style. That was my method of play. So having Lion's Maw, then partnered with those armor skills, this was the skill for me. I love this hunter art. Now for the second hunter art, I've got to give it to the longsword. And that hunter art is Devouring Demon. Now, Devouring Demon grants you a temporary boost in attack power. During this time, your health will continue to drain, but can be restored by landing hits. The demon's price for this pact is vitality itself. You must hunt, lest the demon exact its price from you. Now, overall attack that your weapon was getting from this skill was crazy. It was giving you greatsword numbers, obviously at the cost of health. Depending on how many times that you hit with this weapon, that would then restore your health. Now, it would never go past the actual bar. You know, if you only had red health, that is what the weapon was restoring. That's what this hunter art was actually giving you health back on. It was a bit of a double-edged sword, obviously trading your health for power, but I think in a game like Sunbreak, where it's so aggressive and there's many ways to kind of recover from being hit, I think this will kind of tie into that and give you some high risk, high reward style gameplay from that weapon. Now, the third one for me has got to be Healing Shield for the Lance. I really enjoyed using the Lance in GU. In Generations Ultimate, you didn't have augmented weapons, so there was no attack or health augments. Therefore, having something like Healing Shield came in handy so you can stay really aggressive and keep the damage up on the monster. Now, Healing Shield, which is an art inspired by oils and healing files, coats the shield with a medical balm. When an attack is blocked, the medicine is scattered, restoring your health and that of nearby allies. Now, I like playing the tank class, you know, being able to mitigate damage, take aggro from enemies, and being able to block almost everything. It almost played the role of using life powder, but having your weapon out and still doing damage. That to me adds another layer of playing the Lance, and it helped out your teammates, which was really cool. So while everyone is all playing a hyper aggressive mode on, you know, wailing in on the head, cutting the tail, breaking claws, while blocking attacks, you know that you can then heal your teammates. Win-win. Once again, a shout out to the homie 269. This was the second skill that we both kind of agreed on. As soon as I asked him, he did not waste no time, but how can you blame him? The energy blade for the charge blade was absolutely crazy. I mean, it brought out this beam sword from your charge blade and gave it a hefty swing. Most of the time you are knocking something out of the sky, cutting a tail, damaging talons. You are just going mad with this skill, and we need this epic anime style attack in Sunbreak. The energy blade converts the energy outputted from an element discharge into a blade of light. The number of charge files affects both the length of the blade and its overall power. Now, this was nice because not only did you have the choice of going into an elemental discharge, but you also can save those files and go into the energy blade. And that was nice, you know, it switched up how you wanted to kind of get into it. Did you want to cut off a tail or, you know, break a specific monster part that you couldn't reach? The energy blade had you covered for that. Whereas obviously if you wanted to go for the stun route, you had the discharge, you had other moves that can make use of those files. Implementing that into Sunbreak, where they are diversifying weapon playstyles, just makes sense. Now for the fifth and final hunter art that I'd like to see make a return. I didn't play loads of this weapon in GU, although I did come up with a lot of comical classes, you know, with like the Strider DLC and the Criminal DLC. The hunter art I'm talking about is Wolfsmaw. Now I love the absolute savagery and Wolverine-esque style play of the dual blades. I've always appreciated them, and Wolfsmaw complemented that play style tenfold. Wolfsmaw, which is a technique that has you succumb to a raw animalistic rage, allowing you to deal 2 hits with a single swing, requires the utmost trust in your skills. Now, this skill changed your stance, gave you the demon look, made you feel like Wolverine and Logan. You were going crazy with the DPS. You were going absolutely mad with chasing down the monster. You was not wasting no time, and I believe that crazy rage fits perfect in Sunbreak, especially with the dual blades, with the new switch skill that they've shown as well. This is the one right here. This is the one. However, the description is not lying. You have to have massive trust in your skills. And by that, I mean, we all know that when you're playing the dual blades, you want to be going crazy. You want to go mad. You want to go in demon mode. You want to be letting loose tons of attacks. I hear it. Trust me. When I play those weapons, I'm doing exactly that. But you also need to take a step back. You need to heal. You need to evaluate the situation. Does your friends need some life powders? Cool. Are they running the Valstrats gear? You know, have they related that to you? Cool. No problem. Let's get back into the fray. Can't be Wolverine all the time, but I'm telling you, with Wolfsmaw, yeah, that's tight. How do you feeling? And that about wraps it up for my top 5 hunter arts that I'd like to see come back. If you feel that I've missed out on a specific hunter art, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm open to giving any of them a try. Also, let me know if you disagree with some of them coming back. They might not actually fit the playstyle of Sunbreak or Rise in general. If that's the case, let me know. And don't forget, we're live every Monday with Monster Hunter. At the moment, it's been Monster Hunter Rise with the hype of Sunbreak upon us. So if you want to come through, get some hunts in, do some end game hunts, or help some of the community rank up in preparation for Sunbreak, come through. Listen, we got plenty of real estate there, and I'd love to have you join the stream. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you can keep up to date with all of our uploads and all of the Monster Hunter content that we're going to be putting out. Trust me, we got some special stuff in the works that you do not want to miss out on. And with that, I'm out of here. Peace.